Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. So I have had, what I thought was 2 round spheres. But when I opened the package, now I've had these for 6 months. I didn't realize that inside one was these 3 and inside the other one were these 3. So yeah, I had a surprise. So what I want to do is, I've always liked the roses like in the globe. So I've got this rose and I'm going to suspend it in here. But I'm not going to fill the globe all the way up because I'm going to put a different color on the bottom. And I want to be able to cut the stem off deep enough that it's not going to show. So even if I decide to do it in clear, I still don't want to fill it up all the way. So what I have done is I'm going to figure out where I want this. And I'm going to cut the stem and we're going to glue it on this stick. So let's see. All right. I think we got it. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer than what I want, so it gives me a little bit of playroom. And I'm just going to put some hot glue, and we're going to glue this down. So I figured if I get this glued down before it has time to really like harden up. So I just... All right, so I think that is going to be perfect. Okay, so we're gonna set that there, and I'm gonna unplug my glue stick, because if I don't, I will forget it. I've done that before, and yeah, it is not pretty. So, all right. And then what I'm gonna do with these 3, I don't know what I'm going to use for arms yet, but I'm going to make 3 white, and we're going to try to make a snowman. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to use for arms yet, but I'm sure I'll figure something out by the time these completely dry. So I am going to use my Bond Craftor. It's a 1-to-1 epoxy. I'm gonna mix up, I'm probably gonna mix up 8 ounces just because I want clear for this, but then I want white for those. And if I have extra, then I can make something else. So let me get my gloves on. And what I'm thinking of using for the white is this holographic, it's called Sugar Glitter. I don't know. This just kind of looks like snowy to me, but I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to that point. So let's go ahead and get some resin mixed up. And my room is a mess, guys. I have a big project going on, and yeah, I'm having to move things back and forth. So yeah, I I have got to get a day and come down here and get some things cleaned out. So I was thinking 6 ounces, but I'm thinking this ball is probably going to take 6 or 7 ounces. So all right, we got 4, and we'll get 4 of the bee. And I am going to mix this by hand. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I maybe have too much. Oh well. C'est la vie. All right. So I'm just going to get this mixed up. I was thinking about using the deep pour on that globe, but I don't know, I've had pretty good luck so far with like that size, so we are just going to see. So I'm gonna just stir this until it gets clear. And then I'm gonna divide it up into 2 cups, just so that I'm gonna get my rows situated before I mix my color. So if I do need more than what I'm thinking, you know, it will, all right, I changed my mind here, guys. Because I've been using, I've been mixing so much resin for my big project. I pulled out my my battery Estoyo mixer, so I figured it was right here. I'm like, ah, crap, I'll just use this, and we're gonna let the clear sit for a little bit anyhow. So I will go ahead and yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to use for the snowman. If I just want to do like a white with maybe a little crushed crystal in it, or yeah. All right, so what I'll do is I'll finish getting this mixed up, and I will figure out what I'm going to do for a color. And I'm going to let this just set for a few minutes and kind of debubble, and I will be back. All right, so I put 5 ounces for this ball, and I've got that in the debubbler. This one I'm not worrying as much about because we're going to be coloring it. So I ended up, I'm going to put the white Recollections pigment powder and a little bit of the Pearl Sparkle. I'm going to mix these 2 together. Yeah, and we'll see what we get for a pretty color. All right. So let's see what we get for color with this. So the reason that I picked these 3 sizes is because the little Christmas hats I have, I think will fit on this one. So that's why I picked those 3. I didn't want to go too big and I didn't want to go too small. So yeah, that was my reasoning behind it. And if it comes out good, then it's going to go into a future project. I've got something I'm thinking of, but I got to see if this works first. I'm going to put a little bit more of the white. Just because I do want it to be opaque. I don't want to see through this. I finally invested in some bigger, like, plastic paper cups. And I probably have too much, but we'll see here. All right, gonna let that sit for a second, and we're gonna get these sprayed. This one is gonna be, I think, a little bit difficult to unmold. And I'll just put the extra in here. All right. So, and right off the bat, there's a little piece of powder. Oh boy, I think these take more than I was thinking. Uh-huh. Oh, come on, keep pouring. I am like 3/4 of the way up. I mean, I was thinking we were gonna have way too much white. Some of these molds are so deceiving. And I don't really, they don't have to be domed because I want the bottoms to be flat. Wow, guys, like, I am just making it with them not being domed. Wow. So that was 3 ounces. So we're definitely you know, gonna need more for our big ball. So let me grab that resin because it is looking nice and clear. And I gotta be careful because my other project is over there. I've got 2 areas that I'm working on for projects, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is first of all, I'm gonna get this out of my way. These other little balls, because we all know what's gonna happen if I don't. Yep, we do. We all know. All right, and I see something in the very bottom. It is like it was like a little piece of glitter that is like literally stuck to the bottom. Oh well. All right, so I am gonna leave some resin to dip my rosebud in before I submerge it. So I'm gonna pour this at an angle to try not to have any bubbles incorporated in there. All right, so all right, I'm just trying to leave like enough in here to be able to coat our rosebud here. You know, because I already glued it to the stick. All right. My granddaughter just getting home from work. I love you. I'll be up in a few minutes. I can see a bubble in there. Oh, it popped. All right. Yeah, so this would have probably taken the whole 8. All right. So I am gonna need something to hold that in place. You see a bubble. All right. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? All right, let me get this scraped. I don't want the line to be like down too low because it's nighttime. So by the time I get back to this, it's going to be morning. And so I might mix up like 2 more ounces. I'd like to get the complete green part covered with resin, but I'll do that off camera. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'll get like another 2 ounces mixed up. I'm gonna get that poured up close enough, but not being able to touch the stick. And then I will just put like another color in there. Maybe I'll use some polyurethane resin or whatever and just make it like a white base. But I will think of that, you know, overnight, and I will be, excuse me, I will be back for the next step. Okay, guys, so as you can see, my rose moved overnight. I thought I had something heavy enough on it, but it still moved. So I'm gonna make up 2 ounces of the 1 hour fast cure just because I want to get this done. I can't use white now because it's gonna cover half of the rose. So I'm just gonna finish it and we'll just kind of see what it looks like. And then I will know for next time, I'll do it earlier in the day and try to catch it when it's really tacky, but still, and only put a little bit to get the top of the rose to stay and then fill it. So lessons learned. All right, so I am just going to mix up 2 ounces of the 1 hour fast cure just because I want to get this done, because now I'm disappointed. And if the 2 ounces doesn't like completely fill it, it's okay. Then I will put just a small layer of the polyurethane on the very bottom. But I got to get most of this rose in the clear. I mean, it'll still make a decent paperweight, I guess, but all right. So I'm just going to mix this until it's clear, and then we're going to pour it. Because if you mix this too long, you are going to get it curing right in your cup. And I know this from experience. And I'm not even worrying about the dang bubbles because the piece is ruined anyways. All right. And we're just gonna, I will spray it with some alcohol to try and prevent these bubbles, but all right, so we definitely had enough. So it took like 1.5 ounces. So I might as well just dome it since I have the resin. right. And there's really not much. I guess we'll just dump a little in and we will try and make a coaster here. And I think I need the smaller one. I mean, not a coaster, but a bookmark. So I think I'm going to need the smaller one. And there we go. All right. So let me just move this out of my way. All right. And get this wiped off. Move this out. All right. So when I'm done this video, I am going to be cleaning this disastrous area. I have got crap everywhere. All right, so I'm going to take my gloves off and let's see what our little sphere thingies look like. All right, and let me get my other. All right, so. And I want to try to make sure if I shoot this out that I shoot it towards me and not where I have my other one poured, because that would be a mess. And I'm just like squeezing and trying to get this to come out. So just cut my finger. There we go. All right, so we do have a few bubbles at the bottom, but other than that, the snowball looks pretty good. And it's a snowman, so, you know, snow isn't perfect, so I think it kind of fits in. So. And I had two fingers break out really bad. This one here and this one there. And I think it's just because I'm doing multiple projects at one time, because I'm working on my big one. There we go. Oh, all right. So just a few. Oh, but he's gonna make a cute snowman. He is. And having the flat bottoms is perfect to make these. So once I get, oh, now my fingers are all slippery. I'm probably going to take a day or two off of resin just to get my fingers to heal up once I get these last few projects done. So I do have some new stuff coming on Tuesday that we're going to be using with mix to mold, which is something I've never done, so that should be fun. All right, so I just want to make sure that I get all the alcohol off. And here is our snowman. Okay, so I am going to, I think I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue to attach my snowballs. So I can get these attached, and while we are waiting for our globe to finish, that will give time for the glue to set on these. Just wanted to see how the hat, oh yeah, see the hat's gonna be perfect on the snowman. Yep. All right, no, this one is not the one I wanted. Where is my other one? This one here. All right, so. And the reason I didn't trim the bottom is because I knew that I was going to need a lot of glue to hold these pieces together. So that is the reason that I left the that ridge on the bottom. But I'm probably going to have to sit here and hold this for ever in a day. And I am going to take my little micro brush here and all right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold this until it sets so it's somewhat firm, and then I'll do the top one, and then we'll come back and we will demold the disaster, and we will try to finish up our little snowman guy. So I will be back for the next step. Alrighty guys, we are back, and we've got some bubbles, but it was already ruined anyways. But we've got our little snowman put together, so we'll fix him in a minute. So, yeah, let's try and get this disaster out. Now, I would have debubbled this had the rose stayed in the center, but because it didn't, I just wanted to get it poured. All right, let me just kind of... All right, so... There we go. It's getting that suction to break. That's the tricky part. Oh, guys, I am so disappointed because the rest of the sphere is perfect. I am so bummed. But I suppose it will still make a it's pretty something. I don't know. But yeah, look at how crystal clear that was. If that rose would have just stayed in the center, it would have been gorgeous. But hey, shit happens, right? All right, so then I just poured the rest into this little bookmark. I have no trimming or anything to do on that. That's perfect. All right, on to what is now going to be the main feature. Oh my. All right, so let's give him a little scarf. And I'm gonna put him some little eyes. Let's see. And we're going to have him looking over to the side here. And we're going to give him a mouth. And we're gonna give him a button nose. And let's give him some buttons down his belly. And this one's going to be a little rough. Oh, I'm going to have to, I glued this and I'm going to have to UV it because I just separated it. I don't think it's weighted long enough. So I UV'd the top one, but I didn't do the bottom one. I thought it was glued on. I did switch over and use some E6000, but let's just get him glued back together. All right. Before we put the hat and everything on. Glue on my fingers. All right. Sorry about the noise. My dog is laying right above us chewing her bone. And yeah, we are hearing the remnants of that. This way here, I know it'll be on there for good. I should have just done this anyways, but so, and then I just take my little stick and make sure that it is in that crease and on the top and the bottom. And then I dry it or cure it or whatever you want to call it. All right, so that is cured. All right, so let's move our little scarf. So you can have it hang on both sides or one side. It's totally up to you. Oh. And all right, so let me and we're gonna cure that. This thing is looking cute, guys. And so if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to glue it, but I don't see why it wouldn't. All right, so we got that side. I guess I just got to put it a little thicker so that it has something to adhere to. So we could make a whole bunch of different size snowmen with these little balls. All right, so let's redo its head up here. And I wanted him to have a longer stocking hat. That's why I didn't leave the rim on it. And we're gonna get the back. So I went outside and I picked some sticks. I just broke a twig off some of our tree out there and the brush on the side, so we could give our little snowman some little arms. So look how cute he's looking. And maybe I'm gonna put his, or all right, so let me get my snippers here. And all right, so put one this way. All right, so let's put him sideways. And just wanna, maybe scissors will work better. There we go. And put him like that. And we will fix his arms. And all right, trying to get this one where I want it. Let's see if I can, oh yeah, okay, so this might work better. I just need something to kind of prop it up. And I've got to put a little bit more and hold that down. So I don't know if the sticks are gonna stay, guys, because I literally like just broke them off the branch. So it might be a little too moist, but it'll give you guys the idea. And then I'll just pop him completely underneath the big light just to make sure that everything is kind of cured through. And there we have our cute little snowman. So yeah, we can have a lot of fun with these little balls once we get the hang of it. So I'm probably, I don't know if I'm going to use this one on a future project, but I might make another one similar to this for a future project. So I'm just going to trim some of the bottom on this one. There we go. And here is, oh, wait a minute, we've got another loose arm here hanging. Oh, come on, stay down. Come on. like I said, it might just be too, stick might just be too wet. And if I could hold it, and I need one of you guys to like come over here and hold this for me so I can dry it. So I can get it cured, because it's hard to hold pressure, and then where the other one has the arm sticking out, and this light might need to get recharged. Oh, and I haven't, oh, shoot, I haven't put a battery in this one yet. Let me get my little one here. There. Oh, goodness, we're going to have him losing his arms. Now, I also had this broom that I was thinking about trying to attach, but I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to just leave it like that. So this is, we have one beautifully clear screwed up rose. I was going to call this one my Christmas rose, but yeah, now I got to get another rosebud and try this again, because this would have been beautiful. So we have our screw up, and we have our not so bad screw up. Alrighty, guys, thanks for hanging with me. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe and the bell notification so you'll be notified when I have another video uploading. And I want to thank all of my supporters and subscribers. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys all on the next video, guys. Bye.